tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it.
Alright, let's start it there.
Yeah. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kick it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beef. How the saying goes, it's a two-way street. Give me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses and anywhere the weekend. There's some asshole think that you can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, who continue going see. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Play hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kick it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. Talk big game till you learn it ain't one. Got your nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. G, domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep ducking, this be the season for hunting. We done and doing our treasures while casually pressing your buttons. You keep pretending and nothing, but we can tell you we frontin'. Try threatening us with a poker, but your face looking all flushed. And we calling out all your bluffs and we telling you what is left. And we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one. Cause the song will be nothing speakers and our whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni Kenshin. We kick it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to step in. Where was that bravado? You had a hot minute ago. We eating pasta in your head. It tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah.
Every day, fuck me in the ass until you make me spray. I'm fucking gay. I hope men romantically drop your balls into my mouth. I really love the taste. Yeah, I'm gay. I need cum to start my day. 1 teaspoon of penis juice to keep the straight away. I'm fucking gay. Your hole was made for me. I'll crawl inside and live a life of quiet dignity. I'm fucking gay. First is also gay, yeah, my last name is the same. I'm fucking gay. At least that's what they say when they see me dancing gaily in the big gay fat parade. Yeah, I'm gay. I eat food, la souffle, and wash it down with piss like delicious lemonade. I'm fucking gay, and gay sex is my trade. Bottom to top, I'll call the lot and make it rain. Don't tell my wife, she's not about this life. She doesn't know I'm with her, cause she looks like a guy. Don't They call me Gay Jack the Ripper, 'cause I hate women and I'm gay. I'm like gay Jeffrey Dahmer, if he was normal and not straight.
Oh man. You know, I spent like 3 hours making that, by the way. Wasn't even, it was like a low tier shit post that wasn't supposed to like be very it wasn't supposed to be like that big of a deal, but I like had an autistic hair trigger and I was like, you know what, I need to make that. Oh, I love it so much. How's everybody doing today? How is everybody doing today? I am why RAM is so expensive. Oh, is that so? Oh, goodness. Chad, I found the peeps at the store tonight. I found the peeps at the store and I bought raw, it's basically raw sugar. And I'm excited about that. I'm gonna be very careful eating them, but I'm enjoying them. I hope I wasn't late. Oh, well, we just started. We just started, and I'm gonna be honest, we got a lot of stuff tonight. I forgot to hit the dual stream thing. The yippies can smell the peeps. You can't smell them. They're made of sugar. They don't really have a smell. Excuse me. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I can't share them. I can't share the peeps. Not with the yippies. They can't have them. They're mine. You know, they get. I just bought ice cream for them too, so they don't get to. They don't get my peeps. You know. It's Friday night. It is. It is. It is. How are you guys doing on a Friday night? Oh goodness. I've seen a bunch of VTubers leaving Mythic. Yeah, we'll talk about that later tonight. I think it's gonna be less interesting than it sounds. Maybe we'll have to do some speculation. Because I feel like right now we really don't have anything other than just like some smoke with some of that. But we'll get to that. Did Rima listen? If Rima left, you know I'd be the first one to know. Not really though. I stopped paying attention to her like back when she was reporting on the Cinder stuff poorly. But yeah, you know, if she left, I'm sure that people would have told me by now. I have people that like they hate what happened, but they still want to watch. They still listen to her. So you know, if it were to happen, they would tell me. I'm pretty sure. But that's besides the point. That is besides the point. Oh man. Yo, Dark Knight, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I deeply appreciate that. If you got a membership, make sure you say thank you. Make sure you say thank you. Just for you, I'll give you a Sam Hyde.
You got anyone you want to call out in the heavyweight
I'll give you a
division?
Sam Hyde just for that.
You know it, lad. You know that, Hassan Piker. I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house.
Or in the ring?
No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup and his dress.
You kind of see the yippee down there. Oh gosh, I don't know why it's doing
like
that.
the ancient Irish did.
Well,
there's your winner, Sam Hyde.
Buddy.
Thank you for the 2. The yippies are formally requesting 1 peep. Are you saying that they all want to share 1 peep? That's dangerous, man. I don't know how I can do that. He can't keep getting away with it. You know what? That's a clip I should put on my channel too. I have another clip I want to put on there. Chad, I've had a bunch of new redeems. I have a bunch of new redeems. Well, more like 2 or 3 of them. And I will use them. Well, they will be used when, you know, they're for super chats. But I also have some that I think I'll do when people do throw gifted memberships as well. I want to add some of those as well. Because I've seen people do them. I know Ava does it. And Ava probably got it from Legal Mindset. And I'm probably going to steal that idea because it's a cool idea. So I think when I'll start working on some clips to play when people throw gifted memberships. Hope you're doing okay. I'm doing all right. Who left Mythic? You want to talk about that first? You guys want to talk about the Mythic conspiracy first? Here, we'll talk about Mythic first. Since everybody's asking, we can do that. We can do that here. Okay, we won't cover it immediately first. I want to give people an opportunity to jump in. We've got some random stuff, so we'll make that the first big topic, but we got to get out of the intro first. Thank you for becoming a member, Dark Knight. I appreciate that. Very cash money of you. I appreciate that. Get it off if it's short. It's not really that short. It's more like I got stuff I can talk about because of it. Dylan, is that you that just followed me on Kick? If it is, I'll it might be. If it is, let me know. Do I feel schadenfreude when waffle people take L's? Not really. I look at everybody kind of like equally, you know. When completely awful people take L's, you know, I feel a little bit of satisfaction, but I just don't really like. I don't care that much, you know. You know. I keep telling my family this, and I tell some friends this as well, because they're like, "How do you have the streamertism?" Ava asked me the other night. It was like, "How do you have the what was it?" She's just like, "Oh, you've got the streamertism, all this kind of stuff." She's like, "You've got that streamertism, or excuse me, that dramatism." And I was like, "Yes, I do have that heavy dramatism." So, you know, it just takes a lot of Oh, Darsky, thank you for becoming a member. Very much appreciated. Can I add as... There we go. There we go. That's fixed now. I just lost what I was talking about. My apologies, chat. Anyway, let's get into some streamer miscellaneous here. All right. We'll go over some small stuff, and then we'll jump into Mythic. I will tell you guys that when it comes to Mythic, it is just going to be a little bit of speculation, followed by my own limited understanding. Not to downplay it or anything at all, because I do want to talk about it. It is interesting to me. But I'm just letting you guys know what to prepare for. Anyway. Dramatism, but if you log off, those people don't exist anymore. Very true. It's more like I'm really good at keeping knowledge. Excuse me. Oh, my apologies. I'm good at studying and keeping that knowledge, you know? And so I think that's the tism that I think she's talking about. I think that's the tism she's talking about here. We're going to switch over the music. Hope that's okay. We're going to switch the music over to you. There we go. Let me turn this down just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, I talked about this yesterday. Yes, me and Mizu talked about this yesterday on Under the Tea, where if you haven't yet, you should obviously go watch Under the Tea. Great fucking podcast. Absolutely love it. We do it weekly, and a lot of people really enjoy it. So you should go sub to the podcast channel if you haven't already. Maybe one day we'll actually like put out clips of we'll actually get clips out there so that the channel has more discoverability. But for now, go watch the podcast and give it love. But anyway, so we talked about this yesterday. And I am bringing it up because of some funny business that happened kind of post talking about this here.
My name is...
Okay, just for a moment, woman. So let's talk about this. Chat. This is Shibuya Kaho. For those that don't know, she is a former Jav actress, which is Japanese porn star. She is a very, very petite woman. Mizu told me that, like, and I know that Mizu's like, I don't know his exact height, but if I remember correctly, based off of my conversations with Mizu and I are probably similar height. He told me that she is like, she comes to his like upper chest. So this woman is short. As you might recognize, she is also very well endowed as well. And like I said, she formerly was a Jav actress. She quit that a long time ago. And instead, she is a streamer now. I don't really know what she streams. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't mind or care. What I care about more is just kind of like the fact that like Twitch is giving her attention. I had researched her movies. I'm sure some people have researched her movies. She has the same measurements as Uzaki. I've heard that rumor. I think that's crazy. So she is literally Uzaki-chan IRL. Like, if there was an IRL Uzaki-chan movie, I'm imagining they would just ask her by default. By default, they would ask her to act because she is the exact same measurements IRL. But yeah, so this woman is the brand new Twitch ambassador, one of their new ones. I believe they have like over 200 or some shit like that. But I don't know. She's very goonable. Not anymore. I've been told that like she's now that she's no longer a porn actress, she's actually like very like conservative with her body, which is kind of funny considering all of the e-thoughts that aren't professional like actresses. Because like out of a lot of e-thoughts that exist on the internet, she was one of the few that's like actually a professional. And I laugh at myself while I say that because like, what is a professional when it comes to that field? Well, this woman right here is a professional. All right. Does she still voice? I have no idea, chat. You're gonna listen. Somebody's gonna have to do the research on that. I ain't. Does she still does? Yes, she still does do cosplays. Yes. Now, why does this matter, chat? Why does this matter to the internet? Well, a couple of people have had their opinions on it. Hold on a moment. Let me make sure I've got this sorted correctly. Oh no, am I missing bits and pieces of this? No, I am not missing bits and pieces of this. Okay, so chat. What's her name? It's literally right there on the screen. Shibuya Kaho. She's an actual Japanese Jav actress. So, chat, why do we care? Well, I really don't care, in my personal opinion. It is kind of funny that a former Jav actress is becoming a Twitch ambassador on a platform that is rated between the ages of 13 and 15 for people to create accounts. And, you know, you might say that's really weird for Twitch to do, and I would probably agree with you on that. You know, I would definitely agree that, you know, if you want to have a platform that is quote-unquote that is quote-unquote made for 13 plus, having a Jav actress might not be the best idea, but I personally don't care. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I really don't care. However, let me tell you who does care. Techone. Techone seems to care quite a lot that she is here. Now, Techone, along with people like Nuxtaku, and I do have Chibi reviews that I have an opinion of that I want to show here. But Techone was really ready and willing to come out with the knife and say, oh, they hired an ex-porn star as one of their new ambassadors. And chat, I think, it is my personal opinion, you can be critical, all right, of the fact that Twitch is hiring real porn stars. Former. At this point, I don't consider her to be like in that same vein. Like, obviously, if you look up her name, you're gonna find that kind of information. I feel like that's an inevitability. However, all right, I don't care because she seems to like really have just walked away from it. In fact, I heard that she wrote a book about the dangers and the pitfalls of being a Jav actress. So it's just like, I don't necessarily care that much because she might just be a reformed woman and she's just trying to chill on the internet, you know? But Techone, not one to grift off of a situation and not one to try and give an L to Twitch whenever he can, decided to say this. And guess who replied? Guess who replied and fucking murdered Techone. I am gonna be completely honest with you. I think that Techone needs to keep his mouth shut. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he needs to keep his mouth shut. For those that are just listening, Shibuya Kaho did reply under his tweet saying, dude, are you the one talking about somebody's sexual record? And when I saw this, I felt like I had to call the police. I felt like a crime had been committed. I felt like a woman just murdered a man. Didn't he literally date Noah? Literally, his last partner was an OF girl. Literally. She's in a picture with Hassan. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is stupid. I don't think that if that is actually her, I think that's absolutely fucking stupid. Okay? You know, you can definitely blame her for being in a picture with Hassan Piker. I think that's dumb. I don't care about that right now. All right? I really don't care. What I care about, all right? Oh, the community note's actually showing up right now. That's funny. What I care about is the fact that the guy who formerly dated an E-Thought until she fucked him over, according to him, and has like been an ultimate degenerate gooner in his past and is only moving past it because it fucked him over. He literally got stabbed by the woman he was like swinging at. And I think that's I'm just going to be honest, I think that's funny. Oh, excuse me. I just think that's funny. I think it was funny. My comments was literally just based. And so, you know, I feel a little bad for the man. He literally just got bodied by this woman. Normally when you think about getting bodied by somebody, you get crushed by their stomach or by their arms. I literally think he got bodied by her chest, quite literally. This woman quite literally bodied him. And it was amazing. It was absolutely fucking amazing, you know? And again, I will say, you can be critical of Twitch for hiring a former Jav actress. I don't really care, you know? I just think it's funny. I just think it's hilarious. And I think that Techone needs to shut the fuck up. No, she used to be a Jav actress. It is my understanding that she no longer is one and that she has walked away from that world. And because she has walked away from that world, I'm willing to give her just like a little bit of a... I'm willing to give her just a little bit of a, you know, she can walk away from that world. I would say that if she does her best to walk away from it, she is. One of the most professional ones they have? Yes, probably. Now, Chibi also made a comment on this. His was a little bit more tame. I would say that his is probably gonna fit along the lines of my thoughts on this, where he says, "Twitch, I see you," not judging her, just pointing out how Twitch has always been accused of certain things, so this is going mask off for them. I mean, I would probably agree. I'm just gonna be real. I kind of agree. The fact that they hired her is kind of funny, considering all of the other shit that Twitch has gotten into. But yeah, I think that his comment is a little bit more tame. A little bit more tame than the Eggman, who is literally throwing a massive boulder in his colossal mansion-sized house. Even if he can be base, he should be quiet. No, I agree. I agree. Speaking of which, we'll get to this later tonight. Chat, where do I have it in here? I have it right here. We're gonna finish watching the Idiot Influencers video by Rob's Media. We did not get to the Techone segment tonight, so I will be getting to that later tonight. And if you're interested, that will be what we're talking about later tonight. And any of my friends that would like to come in are welcome to come in and listen to that to me, or listen to that with me. My gosh, I can speak, I promise. So Notice they don't give ish to retired male adult actors. Are there any retired male adult actors on Twitch? Like do retired male adult actors do they like exist on the internet? I have no idea. She deserves to move on. I would agree. I would agree. Yes. Fair. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I wanted to bring that up because it was hilarious. I should also mention, you know, along the lines of talking about Techone, I don't think it's going to happen. Pretty sure it's not going to happen. So I'm just willing to talk about it now. I was asking... Oh, hold on.
Oh my God,
I'll wait for
she's
that to go
got
through.
milkers.
Went from a JAV actress to a Twitch THOT. Not much of a career change in my opinion.
I mean, my question would be, is she actually a thought now? Or... Because, like, I've been told that she just plays video games and she cosplays now. And there's a difference between, in my personal opinion, someone who, like, shills in OnlyFans and someone who used to be the queen of jabs and now she's just, like, not doing that. Like, if she's walked away from all of that life, I don't consider her a thought, you know? Do you judge people for voicing in hentai? Is she doing that still? That's kind of funny. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of a sliding scale. At most a titty streamer. I feel like a titty streamer is all right. There's a I would say that again. It's a bit of a sliding scale, you know. Bit of a sliding scale. It's like what do you think about me, about my model? Because I technically have a window myself. So if she's considered a thought because she's got a titty window, then I don't know what that makes me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know. Oh, goodness. I don't know. Oh, no, I don't know. Woman who has a cam does not equal thought, although I feel uncomfortable to watch IRL women. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Akko is a thought. I guess so. I guess in addition to some people telling me I'm an unk now, which I don't understand that. I guess I am also like a thought. I'm obtaining all of these illegal titles that I should not have because I'm a dude, and people are just giving them to me for some weird reason. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that, but it is kind of funny. Thought, oh gosh, no. I want her on my sliding scale. All right, chat. All right, let's move on. So I did want to throw that out there just as a funny little opener here for you guys. Let's talk about Mythic really quickly, chat. Let's talk about Mythic. Well, okay, I say really quickly. I am not entirely sure how long my thoughts on this are going to last. Because we do have some stuff to listen to, some stuff to react to. For those that don't remember, Mythic Entertainment, or Mythic Talent, excuse me, is an agency. It's not like HoloLive. It's not like Night Media, which we talked about recently. It's not like all of the VTuber agencies that normally prop up and then become black companies and die. Mythic Talent is a place, as I understand it, and I believe it is explained by some of the people that we'll be looking at, where it is purely a place for people to, if they have a high enough viewership, they come, they get sponsorship opportunities, and they get opportunities to collaborate with other streamers, and that's pretty much it. Most, if not, I would say all streamers that are part of Mythic still maintain their sovereignty as a creator. They just fall under Mythic as an umbrella, and so, you know, there we go. It is my understanding that Mythic was started in part by Asmongold and a couple of other people, and it's just kind of been chugging along ever since then. However, ever since last year, And I've kind of just been watching this from behind the scenes. I have started to feel a schism. And I will say, what I kind of have obtained is based off of accounts that I can't really like verify just yet. And it was, for me, it was really just, I am going to sit and watch and wait to see just kind of what happens, to see if more shit just happens, basically. And more stuff kind of is happening, so to speak, and we'll talk about it. So I was given this tweet. What was this? This was yesterday. Here, I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. This was tweeted yesterday, right around the night, where the VTuber Grimmi. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know very much about Grimmi. I know that she's kind of like some sort of cosmic horror VTuber. And she has come out and given her thoughts and opinions about herself after leaving Mythic as a company. So, you know, just throw it out there. She is no longer part of Mythic. She is basically gone. And here, we'll let her kind of explain it. And I want to like just kind of go through this slowly and we'll break it down. And let me see if I can turn the music down anymore. There we go. There we go. By the way, if any of my friends are listening, they can jump in now. Just to chill. Let me make sure. There we go. So we're going to start going through this. And let me... There we go. Would be ironic if Cinder's situation was the first shot. I mean, we have no idea why Cinder left. I'm going to assume that like it just wasn't an opportunity that she was taking advantage of, but we don't really know. One thing I will say is a lot of the people that do leave the company, they typically don't talk about it in public. The only time I have seen stuff talked about is privileged information that I can't, I really don't feel comfortable talking about. But some people, it seems, don't reveal why they left the company. And they just say that they've left the company. But Grimmi, a 1 in a million, I guess, decided to flop onto the scene and talk about kind of why she left. So let's go ahead and listen.
So, but yeah, I mean, I was always independent. So the thing is, if you're a sponsor or anything like that, please just direct yourself to Grimmi at deadtransmission.com. As for the stuff with Mythic, I can't talk about it. And
she's choosing her words carefully here, which makes me wonder if there is some kind of NDA that she had to sign when she left the company, which isn't like, it's not uncommon, I would say, when you leave the company that you can't really talk about what went down. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also have not seen a contract that has any kind of NDA, so I'm not really quite sure if that's the case. It also could be that she just doesn't want to have liability for everything that's going on in here. So, you know. Mythic controls smaller creators to not criticize big ones. I don't know. The only reason why I am sus of that is because of Legal Mindset, who we'll be talking about a little bit later as well. Legal Mindset is one of the few people that does get highly critical of people inside the organization when they get into controversy. Spoiler alert, Emiru, who I believe is also part of Mythic. I believe she either was or formerly was. So he has been critical of them. I was about to say Techone, but Techtone's not part of Mythic anymore himself either. I don't know, you know, but like the allegation, like basically he said that he's allowed to criticize whoever he wants. So, you know, if a VTuber comes out and does something stupid and he talks about it, I would assume that he would talk about it. But I am not really one that believes that, purely just because of Andrew, you know. So that's my personal opinion, though.
I'm specifically not going to say anything about it. That's pretty much it. I wasn't hype about it. I'm not going to tell anyone about it. It was a little silly. On your About page, Twitch? Oh, I'll change that right now. Thank you for letting me know. This isn't like a thing where it's just like, oh, Grimmi got upset. This was quite substantial. But on
Okay, so right there she's saying that I'm going to assume, I'm gonna think carefully here, that something really, really fucked up happened to where she wanted to walk away. Now, there's a couple of theories that I have for this, and we'll get into them later. But from that right there, she's kind of claiming that she's not part of it because something happened. I really don't know what her politics are. I really don't know where she leans. But she's basically claiming that something substantial happened, and now she does not want to be part. She claims it's silly, and I don't know if that's just her being sarcastic, but like, yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
the other hand, I don't really want to like cause any problems for anyone there. I don't know how on earth. I don't know. Pretty much all I'll say is that was there was something very, very crazy. I think people would be pretty upset about it if they do, and that.
Okay, so that's I immediately think that right there tells me that it's not Asmongold, because people were claiming the Asmongold is gonna force people away. That right there is proof to me, at the very least, that it's not Asmongold, because she's saying that like if people knew, it would be insane. So I don't know what it is. I have some ideas for what it could be, but she's really like dancing along, wanting to mention what it is, and I don't know. I kind of really want to know what is going on in Mythic right now. And this is like the point where when I was listening to this, I was like, what the fuck is going on with this company? Where you have somebody like Grimmi saying, if people knew what was going on, they would lose their fucking minds. But like that, just to reiterate, that alone is what kind of shows me that it's not about, oh, excuse me. It's not about Asmongold. Because I think if it was about Asmongold, she wouldn't say it like that. I feel like she would say that like, oh, I feel like everybody knows why I'm leaving, or some shit like that, or whatever. But the fact that she's saying, oh, if people knew what was going on, it's just insane. So I just don't think it's about Asmongold. I think it's something else. I think that there's something going on within the company if she's saying it like that. You see another V Shoujo's situation with Mythic, there's going to be Doofenshmirtz memes. Well, okay. I'll get into my thoughts on that later. But anyway, let's continue.
That's pretty much all I can say. I think everyone would be pissed, but...
Okay, so she thinks that a lot of people would be pissed. Again, chat, what do you think it is? What do you think is going on behind the scenes that forced her to leave that's not Asmongold? It's not the Iran war. What?
So, okay, so keep in mind, this is MommaOcco's testimony.
Yo, thank you.
$20. So obviously,
Yo,
apparently
thank you.
Grimmi is a queen of vague posting. Kershay's comment on Mythic was she only had an issue getting in due to a problem employee, but she got in by contacting another person in Mythic. Everything else is fine.
Thank you for the new redeem. I appreciate that. And we'll get to Kirsch's comments here because I have those queued up as well. Because the amazing Trigger decided to clip it. I don't know if he clipped it because he wanted to just like prove her wrong or whatever. But thank you. I appreciate that. Akko's got an Oreo. I do. I love that new clip. Listen. That was $20 well spent. All right. Having Nicholas DiOrio say, I trust MommaOcco because he just gave me $20 is absolutely... It's the best thing ever. I learned climp chimping from the best. Anyway. But anyway, going back to this here. Again, I have a few ideas of what this could be. Is there a clip for 50 bone? Yes, there is a new one for $50 from Harmful Opinions. And I'm not gonna like push people to do it, but yes, there's a new one for Harmful Opinions. But yeah. Anyway, so I have a few thoughts of what this could be. You know, we've been talking about viewbotting a lot recently. We've been talking about how companies could choose to viewbot for their people. I legitimately think... Here's my thought. I legitimately think there's a lot of people in Mythic that viewbot. When I did my study into Shy Lily and looked into Shy Lily, there was speculation about her botting. And then I looked into a couple of other streamers that were also tweeted by another account were suspected of botting. And spoiler alert, they were in Mythic. So it could be botting. No proof for that. So that's just allegedly. It's just a thought that's thrown up into the ethosphere of what it could be, but it's absolutely not proven in any way, shape, or form. Maybe she could have been fucked over by sponsorships. Who fucking knows? Very, very well could be that sponsorships got fucked over. God only knows. There could be some horrible thing that's happening behind the scenes that nobody knows about or very few people know about. Who knows? Again, this is all just like, it's not real. This is just thoughts that are floating in the ethos. Didn't the Night Media CEO claim that viewbotting is the meta? No, he claimed that it is the meta, but it is not a good meta. However, even though he himself said that, I bet you diamonds to donuts that Night Media probably does some botting for their people. Probably. Allegedly. I don't have proof of that. Mythic has been caught before viewbotting their talents. When have they been caught? Okay, concerned fan, I need you to tell me where that is the case. I would like to see that. I need to know because that's absolutely fucking insane if true. So please, if that's actually something that you have some sauce for, please send it to me because I'd like to look at it. Asmon talked about the botting issue, that it's usually agencies. Ugh. I see. Okay, listen. I'm kind of following along with Mizu. You know, I kind of just like let him have his rat theory. Because Mizu, sometimes Mizu has theories that need to cook a little bit before I adopt them and I make them my own. I'm starting to warm up to that idea myself. And I am starting to wonder if certain agencies viewbot their talents after they get them to help them get... Because here's how it works. Let's say that you have an agency like Mythic, for just an example, not like a real example, and they want to get a sponsorship deal for their talents, and they secure one, and Mythic takes a cut of your sponsorships. We know that Mythic, one of their driving factors of making money, is they take a cut of every sponsorship that a streamer under them has. So we'll say that the streamers under them average 1,000 viewers, which I believe the floor for becoming somebody at Mythic is 1,000 viewers, I believe. So let's say that you are at the ground floor, 1,000 viewers, and they tag you for a couple hours of a sponsorship for like $2 to $3 per viewer, and you get like $4,000 to $6,000 for that sponsorship. And Mythic takes 10 to 15% of that cut. So they made a decent chunk of money off of you doing that. And if they have a lot of talents, which by the way, Mythic has a shit ton of talents. All right. They have absolutely a shit ton of talents. So let's say that a lot of their talents get sponsorship deals from them and that they're getting consistently like, you know, some kickback from having all of that. Yeah, I could see why botting is something that would happen. Now, again, it's a hypothetical. It's not real. Not stating that as fact. But it is an interesting thought, in my personal opinion. So, there's several Mythic people who were 300 to 500 frogs. Yeah, but like people could become Mythic people. People could like go to Mythic for more than just being a 1,000 view person. They could go to Mythic because they have a certain amount of subs or a certain amount of views. Like, I bet you that... I don't know what Mujin's numbers are, but I don't think Mujin is, like, consistently a streamer. Mujin just makes videos, but he's in Mythic. I saw a couple people that were in Mythic that they were also just, like, video makers and not really streamers. So I'm pretty sure it's not just streamers that get in. It's probably also people that just make really nice videos, you know? But yeah, that is, like, a thought experiment to go into. So I do believe that some agencies bought their streamers. It is really funny that Asmongold would admit that, you know, admit that like some agencies will bought their talents. I don't know why he would say that as somebody that partially owns a company, that being Mythic itself, but is that him admitting something, or is that just him throwing that out into the ethosphere? I have absolutely no idea. Anyway, let's continue listening.
I am not going to talk about it. And if I hear any rumors spreading about why I left where they're trying to frame me negatively, I will talk about it. And I will tell everyone exactly what it was. I was really, really, really upset. And I think everyone would have been.
Okay, again, she's saying that she's not going to talk about it. But by the same token, she's going to tell people that whatever the fuck it was, she is really pissed off that it happened, and she is not happy that it happened. I don't know this woman at all. All right, I have seen her on Twitter, but I know nothing about this woman. I don't know what her politics are. I've never seen her get into a fight with people. I don't know what she's like. So I don't know what could like piss her off that made her like leave this company. Because again, the main reason why you stick with Mythic Talent is because they get you sponsorship deals, and that's really about it, you know? So I have absolutely no idea what pissed her off to that extreme. Seems like leftist warfare. I don't know. I mean, it very well could be that, you know, with the Asmongold stuff coming out, people are just going to jump off ship and do this. I have absolutely no idea. Why is she recording a video? This is a stream, I believe. This comes from a stream. Somebody clipped this from one of her live stream. Mythic also has talent managers. This is true. This is very, very true. But like that kind of falls into the camp of what I'm saying already. You know, they help you out with sponsorship deals and they have talent managers. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know any talent managers from this company. If they want to talk to me about how the business is run, they're more than welcome to. I have no idea outside of helping you get sponsorships and helping you like navigate stuff with your brand. I'm not really quite sure what else they do for you, but so that's kind of why I put it under the same umbrella. She's a horror content streamer. She is sweet. Okay. How long has she been in Mythic? She could be angry over a pay cut. Has there been a pay cut recently? I don't recall hearing anything about that. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue.
Like universally there. So, all right. Not on like on a personal level for them. Not just me, on a personal level individually. But anyways, we're moving on. I would have been upset too if you knew. If you knew.
She really wants to say it. Oh my gosh, she really just wants to throw it out there. I kind of hate that, like, I don't know what's worse, chat. Maybe you can give me your opinions on this. I'm not quite sure what's worse, being vague like this or just not saying something at all. I feel like by her doing this, I mean, I already know what has happened because of this. People who are now also in Mythic are talking about it. And it could potentially get her in trouble. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing? Have you been listening to what I've been saying?
I have.
Oh, do you have any thoughts?
Other than generally agreeing.
Yeah.
Not really.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, so I don't like the vague posting myself, but it has led to people like reopening the door with talking about Mythic. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The people that are talking about Mythic that I have are people that say they like the company, but I still feel like it contributes good opinions. Anyway, let's continue listening here.
But Grimmi got receipts. I do, actually. I have proof of something.
Oh, she has proof. Oh, gosh, damn. Woman, you gotta...
Of something.
She has proof of something. She has receipts of something. What do you think it is?
I just imagine her.
What do you think it is?
Reaching over, she lifts up a receipt. It's her receipt from Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think that it could be? I already don't think it's Asmongold. I think Asmongold is a dumb lead in my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not Asmon.
It's clearly nothing to do with anything criminal. Well, it could be. It just hasn't gone to court yet. Or whatever. Who knows?
I don't think it's criminal.
You don't think so?
Yeah, just like gut feeling instinct thing. Not feeling criminal.
Mm-hmm. Could be no, chat. It can't be Casey Tron because Casey Tron is trying to attack people through Asmongold, and that's why I don't think so. Because the way that Grimmi is talking, it sounds like whatever it is, it was behind the scenes. When Siren left Mythic, she did the same thing. Do you have a clip of Siren doing this? I would like to see it if you do. I don't have that.
Oh no, it's just it's worth. Don't worry, guys. I have the receipts, and they don't have the receipts.
We'll see. Fake teasing is killing me. We're likely getting blue balled for nothing. No, chat. No. NDA won't stop you from talking about a crime. True. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Again, I don't know if these people have NDAs in their contracts. Who knows? Who knows? If they did, I probably I don't know if I would be allowed to tell you, but if I had a contract, I don't know if I would be allowed to tell you.
I mean, only if you knew and you weren't supposed to, would you not be allowed to tell?
Oh, really? Fair enough.
Yeah. You'd have to have direct, if you have knowledge that ends up just being coincidental, i.e. you're talking out your ass, but it ends up being true for whatever reason, you can't get in trouble for that. You had no idea it was actually, something actually happening.
Yeah. If more than one person has said the same thing, then it reeks of the HoloLive disagreement with management issue. It very well could be that. It very, very well could be that. I guess spoiler alert, because somebody told me about this. Allegedly, other VTubers have left too. In fact, here, let me see if I can find it. Thank you for the 5.
Bloody hell, and I thought Nux Taku when he was vague posting about Melody and V Shoujo was annoying. Spill it or shut up, GRIMMI.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So chat, I was told today by one of my followers that allegedly Vienna, the VTuber Vienna, and also Porcelain Maid has also left. And when I asked for sources, they just told me that Vienna said this herself, which, Sir, that is not a source. I appreciate it, though. I would have liked a clip, but I love you still.
When you ask for a source, you're looking for a citation, which usually contains a link of like a clip or a video file or something of them saying the thing.
Yeah. And it's just like, I'm not going to flame them too hard, but I wanted to hear Vienna say that, basically. Because...
Don't worry, I'll flame him.
I kind of want to know why people are just leaving. Because at that point, if that's true, we have Grimmi, we have Porcelain Maid, and we have Vienna that have left, quote-unquote, recently. And I know other people.
I mean, doesn't Mythic all they do is like find sponsorships and stuff for the people who are quote under them. It's not a traditional talent agency or group the way that, you know, Niji Sanji or V Shoujo are structured.
It's on her Twitter. Okay, let me let's see. Oh, yeah. You know what? I remember this. Here you go, chat. Yeah, Vienna said that they are no longer part of Mythic Talent. And what's crazy is it also happened, like, around the same time. Now...
Yeah, a couple days ago.
She is saying that it has nothing to do with drama. Oh, she said this 2 hours ago? That's funny. That's really funny. She's saying it has nothing to do with drama. But, you know, I guess you just have a whole bunch of people leaving around the same time. Maybe they weren't getting enough sponsors. Who knows?
That's on I mean, right there. The people who are leaving are people who, for whatever reason, believe they haven't gotten, you know, a necessary number of sponsorships or anything like that from Mythic. And I mean, even that one you just showed, they have another group that they want to try.
Yeah.
So
it's very well possible that Vienna
or anything that's yeah.
Yeah, it's possible that Vienna like wasn't a negative leave, but it's just coincidental that she left around the same time, basically.
Ew. If you knew. But Grimmi got receipts. I do actually. I have proof of something. But I'm gonna see if I can't.
Can
I'm
we see?
50-50 on whether or not it's gonna become a legal matter or not. So.
Oh, now she's saying that it's 50-50 that it could become a
God.
legal matter.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't know what you're doing, girl, but
interesting. Well, if she's saying it could become a legal matter, then that kind of I don't remember this.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. That's really interesting. Going down the Shy Lily route. I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about Vagueposting? It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. If a good number of people are leaving, that's going to cause drama of conversation. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Again, I am very interested, just like, she is now saying that it is 50-50 legal. It's interesting. I don't know.
That's pretty much it. I didn't want to dig into that part, whatever happened. It's okay. I'm so sorry for being a little pissy about it.
Oh, she's pissy about it.
That's all I can say. Oh, man.
She probably
Some
said way
people-
too much, I'm going to be honest with you.
Sorry, I'm thinking about it and getting pissed. All right. All right, we're chill. We're chill. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good. I might need to take a lap.
That's funny. Thank you for becoming a member. Remember, Silverville also didn't leave Shoujo because of drama, and that was BS. Could not be not trying to get smacked legally. That's very true. It's very true. It's very true. These days, chat, I also just don't believe people when they say anything until I have something concrete that's like in my hands that I can see. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So what do you think, chat? She's now claiming, at the very end of that, she claims that it could be a legal matter. What do you guys think? Do you think it could be a legal matter? It's very possible. It's very possible. Feels like she's drama farming. I watched Rev's video on it. What does Rev think? Rev's not in Mythic, so I know he's got friends in Mythic, but Rev's not part of Mythic. So Rev can like say whatever he wants, just like me. Just like me. I think it's financial. See, that's what I'm wondering. I am wondering, again, based off of nothing other than just my own thoughts, if there is some financial financial responsibility that was getting fucked with. He never gives his views other than he thinks she's all over the place with her wording. I mean, she is kind of all over the place. It's very obvious that she's upset with what's going on. So I do genuinely think something something happened with the entire situation, and she's pissed off about it, and I think she's trying to be careful to not go past a lawyer. Either because she probably hasn't contacted one or not. Who knows? I mean, she probably didn't contact a lawyer because she doesn't know if it goes legal. Who knows? Why is it not saying it? I'm sorry that it's not reading it. I hate to use this clown as a source, but Kazahana made a video on the siren thing. Her talking on stream about leaving Mythic. Quit source I can find. Fair. Fair. I'm not going to watch any of his content if I can help it. Oh, excuse me. But that's fair. If it was financial, could it be a huge uproar? Well, no. Some people don't know that they're not getting money or they're losing money. It's very possible that some people could just like not know they're getting shortchanged. If that's what's happening. If the truth is something along the lines of people getting fucked over with money, and they just don't know about it, that's very possible. And maybe she figured out that was what was going on. And so, you know, who knows is my thought. She hasn't gotten sponsorships. Does anybody watch her frequently enough to tell me if she does get sponsorships? Again, this is a streamer I don't know. I'm very curious to just know what if she like constantly gets attention and love. Who knows? I'm just curious. These streams have standards. No, I just don't want to. I just don't want you guys to be subjected to Brit bongs. I don't know if she gets sponsored. Fair. She never got any. I have no idea. I have no idea. What I will say, and I would ask that people don't bother her. She's asked to not be bothered. She is asked to not be bothered, so don't bother her. All right? Period. Point blank. However, what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the comments of other people from Mythic themselves, because there've been a couple other people have had comments. Specifically Cha-Cha, who I did defend a couple weeks ago. And her comment is kind of interesting, and I kind of just want to go through it because of that. Because we're going to get to some comments where people are kind of just defending Mythic now. And, can we do a live? No, chat, we are not going to do that. Oh, fuck. I should say there's nothing wrong with defending Mythic if you haven't been shortchanged by them. I just thought, like, I just thought this comment was interesting, and yeah, so I want to read it. I just want to read it here, and I'll explain my thoughts. Cha-Cha says Mythic isn't a VTuber agency, which is true. They're a company that provides sponsorships to their talent roster. Is also true. They also provide legal support if someone else tries to infringe on your IP. Mythic has helped me twice in that regard for making sure my IP was protected. I have nothing but good things to say about Mythic. So, Cha-Cha is claiming that they have only helped her as a content creator. So, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think some people are...
I do have a quick question.
Go ahead.
Regarding Grimmi. She says she has receipts. Did she provide them in that video?
No.
Okay, I would just like to point that out to everyone. Like, we don't like when people say they have receipts, yet do not provide them. Remember
Very true.
that.
Very true. It's more like a put up or shut up kind of deal.
That's how it's always been. And I like Grimmi, I really do. But I would be unfair if I would expect Grimmi, expect to believe what Grimmi's saying without proof when she stated that there is proof, when I would not afford that to, like, anybody else.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I agree. Which is why, like, I'm gonna shelve her comments until I see something else significant happening. I'm just talking about it to talk about it. What's the chance of this being case by case? It could be a case by case thing, because Cha-Cha says she's had nothing but good experiences with it. And guess who else had good comments to say about it? Everybody's favorite fox woman, Kirsha.
Could I ask my Mythic contact to consult their lawyer about tortious interference lawsuits, pretty please? I have no idea what the fuck is going on with Mythic. I'm gonna be real honest.
Go ahead.
That was really adorable that they said torturous interference. It's torturous interference, but
Well,
you know, I
that's
don't
just
expect
how-
everyone to get that.
That's just how Curse talks.
Just with you.
It was just like tortoise. I'm like, what the? Are we dealing with a turtle?
Pretty much.
Like I saw Grimmi say some stuff about Mythic, but she's like, I can't say too much. And then Cha-Cha was like, I don't know what's going on with Mythic. They've only done well by me. I haven't had any issues with Mythic either. So all these people who are coming out and being like, there's some horrible things lurking in the sewer. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
What happened? I don't understand. A bunch of people left, no comments from them. I don't know what's going on. I have literally no fucking clue, which is not too surprising considering Mythic isn't like a traditional talent agency. It's just like a bunch of us with our own independent managers.
Yeah. And that kind, again, like I said, that kind of makes sense, again, because they all are, it's not an agency. I would say that it's a lot harder to kind of know what's going on inside.
You know, some of the people for Mythic that I would look out, because I imagine what's happening is, like with what happened with FaZe recently, people are looking for their canary in a coal mine, so to speak.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but Grimmi's not your canary. If you want to know who your canary for Mythic is, it's some unexpected people. I would say expected people, sure, like Kirsch and like Cha-Cha, but like people like Vidal. You know, people who run Neurosama and stuff like that, they're with Mythic. They have bi-weekly meetings with Mythic and their manager for the sponsorships and everything like that. If these big players suddenly leave without much word, that is where I'm willing to ring the alarm. Not so much this. Like, people want Grimmi to be the canary in the coal mine, and I'm sorry, I don't think she is.
We'll see. We'll see. Because again, it seems like a couple people have left recently. Now, people left last year too, but I don't feel like that's really indicative of people that are leaving now. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Go. So it's just like one of those things where I'm sitting and watching. Thank you for the follow. I'm sitting and watching, and I'm waiting to see what goes on, because until like she comes out and says, I'm sorry for saying this, it sounds like some smoke.
I'm wondering what the big accusation is, right?
Yeah.
Given that we know and have from multiple reporting sources, including people like Andrew, Legal Mindset and stuff like that, right? Like, these are individuals who they would be more sensitive and ready to pick up on a black company's actions in fuckery than your average person.
You would hope, yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know, there's no there's no like bias, blindness or anything like that. Maybe there is. But all I'm saying is I'm not ready to watch just because some person said they have receipts and refused to elaborate. We know how limited Mythic is when it comes to their involving themselves with their quote-unquote talents.
Yeah.
So what the hell could have happened here that causes Grimmi to actually... it feels like they didn't secure her a sponsor or something, and she might be extra angry.
It's possible. What I will say is, if you are part of Mythic, and you are listening right now, and nothing wrong has happened for you, I would ask why Grimmi is saying that, at the very least. And if we see more people from Mythic just dropping like flies, then I don't know. But like, to close out my thoughts on Mythic, chat, again, I don't think it's Casey Tron. I think Casey Tron is a fucking retard that is trying to smoke her way through more defamation suits and like copyright lawsuits. And
Yeah, guys, understand, Casey Tron, and this is coming from somebody who partakes in what they do. They have entirely smoked themselves retarded.
yes, pretty much. So until like we get a solid, I don't believe that when it comes to Grimmi, it is because of the Casey Tron like calling out Asmongold's shit.
Eva, you have to understand one thing about Kirsch. She's cursed with the Boston accent V-buff. Also, how many people have publicly announced their departure?
So from what I understand, Grimmi, so far this year, I believe it was Grimmi. I saw Vienna do it, and allegedly Porcelain Maid has also left. Don't know how long ago Porcelain Maid left as well, in my personal opinion. Technically, False would be leaving if he's joining a corpo. So technically False would be gone too, but that's a little different. I don't know. Filian did Filian leave?
Did Filian leave Mythic?
I don't know.
Filian has left like reality for a little bit.
She has. She's been gone for a while.
Let's just remember that.
Yeah.
There's like an ARG and stuff going on. I imagine, and this is speculation, of course, but I think what's going on is they are making some fun ways to debut a new avatar that they have the full commercial rights of.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have said like, oh, well, you know, their model issue Filian had before, you know, that's been resolved. It's like, well, it's been settled between the two parties. But I guarantee you, the artist didn't just give Filian the commercial rights that she needs to create merch using that model. So the need to create a new model and launch that debut is still present, even if the old model artist has quote-unquote settled things.
Very true. Chat's bringing up Siren. I'm not gonna, sorry chat, I'm not gonna miss Siren. Yeah, so Siren has also left as well. So, excuse me. Here's what I'm gonna say. If you see somebody in Mythic get left by the wayside, tell me. I'm curious. And again, if you're part of Mythic and you want to talk about this, or you want to just like tell a drama monger that likes to talk about drama that nothing is going wrong and that there is no war in Mythic Talent, you can obviously email me. You can obviously email me, all right, at any point and tell me. You know, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I feel like that will kind of...
my thing and what I think Mythic has going for them in this respect is the limited ways in which they are actually interacting with their talents, which both FleshTubers and Vtubers alike, that's creating a lot of buffer for me. And without the existence of actual proof, not just saying you have proof, I'm sorry, like, it's the innocent till proven guilty thing. Like, you've barely even given me enough, Grimmi, to look in your direction.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. But anyway, to go along with the vein of Mythic, or former Mythic Talents chat, let's talk about Mizkif. Because there has been a pretty major update in my I don't know if Ava, you would consider this to be a major update, but there's been a pretty major update in the Mizkif area. I believe
this is involving both Emiru and Asmongold have filed separate motions to dismiss.
Yes.
Regarding interesting to note that Nux might or might not have left Mythic last year, but he still has the Mythic Talent email in his Twitter bio. Of course, thanks to Nuxscored, we know Nux is lazy, so...
That's good to know. Interesting. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So Asmongold and Emiru both have independently submitted motions to dismiss. Both have varying degrees of weight to them. I think Asmongold has a much more higher chance of getting through a motion to dismiss and just not being removed from being a part of this lawsuit. Emiru, however, I would say is in some hot water with the one thing that I kind of raised my eyebrow out when we read Mizkif's lawsuit reading. There was the there was the impression that Emiru gave, and I think you remember the story after the breakup or whatever, that like basically SA happened because Mizkif, in an attempt to cover her advanced on her too much, she screamed, he separated, and that was kind of like colorized as, you know, SA by her and her filing. This motion to dismiss has actually fucking walked back that statement quite a bit.
Yes, it has. Yes.
Saying that, oh, that was my emotional truth. I don't know what the fuck emotional truth is,
Now,
but
don't go
yeah,
too far
that's
ahead.
not good.
But chat, this is gonna lead into talking about Mizkif, because again, like a motion to dismiss from Emiru has come out, and there's been a lot of interesting stuff that has happened. I first heard about this, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you, because somebody told me that Mizkif was crying on camera about this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that was kind of funny.
Well, it's kind of funny, but let's be real. I would expect anyone who's going through a life ruination campaign to hear this piece of news and honestly break down. I can't trivialize the reaction given the very real issue and how stacked against men in general the courts are when it comes to false accusations, especially. This is basically, Mizkif has been holding his breath for 4 or 5 months, and he just got a chance to take a breath, and that's why that reaction is the way it is.
True. Really quickly, hello Sparky, how are you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Are you dead yet? I heard that you got a storm.
By the way, I still hate Mizkif, everyone.
He mocked Chibi's self-harm drama. He did. And so, like, what I will say, chat, I said this, like, to Chibi, you can laugh at him, but, like, and I do think it's fair to not, like, give this man any quarter because of how he has treated people and acted towards other people.
Oh yeah, he has shown no empathy whatsoever.
But
didn't he go at Chibi
yeah,
when Chibi lost his fucking life?
Well, he defamed Chibi and called him a pedophile, which is defamation per se.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that he has done some stupid shit. I will say though, we're gonna go through this. We're gonna jump into the first React video here, which is by Legal Mindset, where he talks about Emiru and her attempts to jump away from this lawsuit. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, based off of the information that I have that I kind of got from Legal Mindset, she's kind of fucked herself a little bit, and it's up in the air to be seen what will come from that. Also, hello, Spiritu, how are you doing?
Hello.
Are you here to enjoy this?
I always love pure chaos.
Yeah, very true.
Also, understand, I don't have sympathy for Mizkif. I have, God, I wouldn't even call it empathy. It's just understanding.
You can't say empathy because you have to learn it when you're 30.
Emotional level, I can't like connect with him on that level because again, he's been just as
bad,
quote unquote, as anybody else. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I can look at him crying, look at the surrounding context, and go, I understand that reaction.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Well, you can also understand it legally too, which is kind of how I look at the entire deal. Because I'll tell you right now.
And remember, just because this is this one thing, and this is a big thing, right, that's been blown out, there's a lot of other things in Mizkif's lawsuit in terms of claims and causes of action that he has no real chance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he might have a big win here in terms of knocking out the SA allegations. But there's like stalking and harassment and all kinds of stuff. Things that he himself admitted to by accompanying attachments of OTK basically told him, hey, you're violating this, you're approaching Emiru, you're threatening her, we can't have that, you're kicked out. He literally included that proof with his own filing like a fucking dumbass. So
yes.
This isn't him out of the woods, but I would say like the nuke that was heading in his direction, that's been disarmed. Right?
You're jumping ahead a little bit, but yes.
£1,000-pound bomb.
Yeah. I think what it is, it's like, you know, let's not mix words here. It was 100% a reputational damage thing that Emiru did.
Yeah.
What's funny?
It was successful.
You guys remember when we all covered this?
I do.
I remember when we covered this on camera. I don't know if you were there, Ava, but like, we had a cast of friends coming around, and I remember the day that we talked about her initial allegations. So many people were pissed off at me because I was just like, guys, I can believe that Mizkif is a psychopath, but she's alleging that he like assaulted her, and this is
some
insane.
Serious allegations.
Like,
yeah.
And what she brought up to like a company to just like oh, this is what it was. I'm sorry, I mentioned it a couple times when covering it myself. That doesn't meet any standard for SA, for actual SA, especially given you did not give consent, and he immediately retracted and backed off and did all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Mizkif's a piece of shit, but he's not an abuser based on your own account.
Yeah, I can say this much, and it was like this. At first it was all for show, and it's for speculate.
Speculation.
Not speculation. For
Spectacle?
Speculative.
There it is.
Yes.
I was like, spectacle.
Spectacle. Okay.
Spectacle. Yeah, it was all for a spectacle, because at that point when Emiru made that claim, there was no lawsuit, there was no nothing. Emiru poised it on like she's ready for it, but probably didn't really expect them to really do it. And at first it was for reputational damage, just get them out of the way. Yeah, this guy's bad, discredit him, stuff like that. That's probably what it all was. Whenever Mizkif came out, told his side, if you look at it objectively, you can go, all right, he said, she said, both sides were shit in this. There was a toxic relationship on all ends.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan, for the raid. Welcome. If you want to come and chat about Mizkif, you can.
Yeah. From there, Mizkif sued. After that, Emiru got a lawyer.
Yes.
The lawyer probably looked for it going, you fucked up here. We've got to correct this and minimize it as much as we can. And that's what this is.
Thank you, Mizu, for the raid. Welcome.
Yeah. Mizu, welcome, Raiders.
That's what I think it is. And Ava, if you feel like I might be lacking or off on that,
I think
correct me. But
yeah, well, people have to remember, like, this is the dance of like lawsuits and stuff. Nothing has actually technically happened yet in terms of this lawsuit. You know, these are all pre-trial hearings. This is before most discovery. This is before most of like the meat of any lawsuit that we're interested would happen. So
yeah,
until we actually get to the actual lawsuit, this is equal parts lawsuit and equal parts PR stunts.
Well,
and cleanup and fucking spin and all that shit that you have with public relations.
This is like the pre-trial stuff. Like, the first motion is going to be like, hey, can we dismiss this, please? That's like literally the first thing that people are going to do.
Yeah. And if I remember right, Mizkif's in the midst of trying to amend his complaint.
Yes.
And I don't think that's going too well for him either.
No. I think we're...
MommaOcco.
Okay, it's not going to read it. Go ahead.
But along that note, it's like we got to also remember where this is all taking place at.
Yes, that being Texas.
So
thank you for the raid.
That
appreciate that. Welcome,
You're
everybody.
just getting raided by everyone.
I think all these people streamed together, so that's why. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it.
Gotcha. But it's like we gotta remember what this is taken at. And I've done a little research before in the past on
here we go. That
Travis County, and it is heavily on the Me Too-esque side and the
yeah, they got sued in 2018 for being too like male siding or not standing with the female enough, and like a couple judges came in and took over the family circuit court and went like complete pendulum swing the opposite direction, to the point where the judge that is in charge of all the family circuit court stuff, they're like the main judge overseeing that part of the courts. She has been forcibly recused before in protective order hearings because of her clear and demonstrable bias against the male in these cases. I'm not joking. And that's the person in charge of all of this stuff in Travis County.
Yeah. And it's been a thing that's actually been going on since like I think 2016 or so. Because there's been like massive protests, massive movements. I think to the point like Antifa's been involved in stuff with trying to organize movements and just trying to get things swing and change into their direction. Even so, I think they even were successful in like getting a DA that leans more towards them elected in over the whole deal. Like I said, I know Travis County's been through a lot of shit, but it's like we got to remember where this is. Emiru could have a completely shit case. Judge could still possibly 100%.
It's possible.
Remember, this is Mizkif's case.
Yeah.
She's filing a motion to dismiss.
Yeah.
The Saw allegation was always the weakest part of her case against Mizkif. Also, isn't the same county that Techone got screwed over in his case? Or was that a different county?
It was the same county. Really quickly, let me read the other. Let me read the other super from Artemis. Thank you. I fixed the super chat thing. It was set at 5, not 4.99, so I fixed it. A native, a midget, autistic, and an upside-down man walks into a podcast. How many does it take to say speculative?
How dare you?
Fuck you.
Anyway, sorry, continue. And then we do have to get to this video because I do want to watch this video, and I feel like we're spoiling all of the main parts of it. But go ahead and finish.
I have to go anyway, so you guys get to watch it without me spoiling it.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mentioned.
Yeah, you did. You told me.
15 after. It's 23 after now.
Yeah, you have a good one, Ava. Thank you for coming in.
As my B.
You're fine.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone, know that I will be releasing a video. That's me just reading Emiru and Asmongold's motion to dismiss respectively. So without any commentary, whatever, you can check my channel out within the next couple days and get those filings read out to you with my lovely voice.
Excuse me. Apologies. All right, you have a good one, Ava. Peace and love.
All right, bye-bye.
See ya.
All right. So, chat, let's get started on this. But well, before we do, did you guys have any other thoughts you wanted to throw out before we start?
No,
I'm not going to derail it.
All right.
No, I said what I need to say.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's go through this. Oh, fuck, it's muted. Hold on. There we go.
Emiru has filed her motion to dismiss in the case against Mizkif, which also involves Asmongold. We're going to get into all the parties today, particularly Emiru's defense and the little chink in her armor, which might mess up her motion to dismiss.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's a bit of a bigger chink. I understand that he's like acting right now, but I feel like this is a bigger chink that if he So here's the problem. Mizkif is asking to refile his suit, which probably will just get it dismissed for a lack of stating a claim. And if they don't dismiss it with prejudice, he can just refile, which will probably be what happens if it doesn't get like thrown out without prejudice, which means that he'll just redo it again and she'll be fucked, basically. I don't know.
That's if he has the ability to. You gotta remember, this whole deal's been draining him dry of funds.
This is true. And I just looked on Kick. He's giving away 3 Switch 2s on stream tonight. Ooh. The fuck?
I want to Switch 2.
Also, Aiden Ross is in his tags. What the absolute fuck? And autistic. You know what? That sounds about right. All right, let's continue.
Yes. Of course, this is the legal mindset we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. This is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So in case you've been hiding under a rock, we've got the plaintiff here, Mizkif, who filed a defamation lawsuit against Asmongold Emiru.
Huh?
Did I say plain?
That says
parties. Never mind.
It said parties, yeah.
It said parties. Parties. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I said parasites.
No.
It flashed by too quickly for me.
Slur pass? What do you mean, chat? I haven't used my slur pass yet in this stream. What do you mean?
TK and Mythic. And lately, there's been a clip trending around of him in a bit of an emotional state.
And she waits
he's just gonna play it.
4.5 months to stall this out so no one cares anymore. And her response is that. Like, are you kidding me? And no one cares. No one cares. Like, no one wants to listen. It's so unfair. They go up my throat for cheese clips and say I'm an abuser. And that's her response. Her response is literally that it's her emotional version of it. Are you kidding me?
So we're going to get into that today and what he's talking about and the little issues we have with Emiru's defense. Then we, of course, have Emiru over here, who's the defendant. And she seemed from the beginning pretty prepared for litigation, knowing that litigation was going to come.
I would not be surprised if he tries to sue me for the stream that I did today and for coming out about him.
I do remember that being kind of crazy. She's just like, I'm ready for a lawsuit if he comes after me. She must not have been that ready, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think a lawyer talked to her before she made, like, these statements. I don't know. I remember when this came out, and I wasn't so sure that she had actually talked to a lawyer. I can't remember if we had argued about that on stream, but, like, I just don't feel like she had talked to... If she mentioned SA, and now she's walking it back, there's no way a lawyer was involved. There's absolutely no way a lawyer was involved before that. Brooke can't even fake cry. Do you guys think that Mizkif was faking it? You guys actually think he was faking it?
Yeah.
You think so?
I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence? He's like such an emotional wreck. It could literally go either way, in my opinion.
No, because a person in his position and stature, especially with how he acts and presents himself to how he does his content, I would presume that his normal reaction would be, I told you so, and be hyper and in your face about it.
Yeah.
Not cry.
If you lawyer up, tells the judge you are incompetent. Yeah.
And let's be fair, he already read this before he did this on stream.
Well, he could just be getting emotional because he has to relive the emotions of it.
He's been talking about it nonstop. That doesn't fly with me.
Fair. Also, he claims she's stalling when he's not filing it correctly. Very true. Very, very true.
Not because he thinks that he would win, but for PR reasons, like a slap lawsuit. It'd be interesting.
By the way, him suing her has not gone well for him PR-wise. I'm going to be completely honest with you. All it has done is shown...
Wise.
Huh?
What funds wise?
Very true. I don't know if you guys remember, but there is a clip floating around on the internet that where he I don't know why you would admit this, but he came out and admitted that his lawyer told him that he's burning 40 grand a month on this. And he was like upset about that. And I was just like, why would you admit that your lawyer told you that you're losing just based off of money?
Thing because he's basically telling Asmongold and Emiru that he's limited funds so they can just drag it out.
Yeah.
It could be one of a couple things. It could be he's a complete retard and he's saying that and giving them memo. It could be he's saying that to give them false pretenses on what he has available. It could be that also he's not suffering funds at all, and what's gonna get you more money? Oh, hey, yeah, this is draining me dry. I need more money, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Throw more money at me. So yeah, nah,
that's fair. I could see that. I could see all these, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, all performative in my book.
Seeing if that happened, and I wouldn't be opposed to people finding out more of the truth and things that I didn't even talk about today, and what else he's been lying about, and I'm sure there's also plenty of things that even I don't know about.
So it seems like from the beginning, Emiru was prepared for a lawsuit, and part of a lawsuit is going through the steps, is going through the motions. So this is yet another part of the lawsuit that we have to get through. And of course, let's not forget Asmongold, who's part of this, and I'm going to reflect upon his...
I just saw chat, he uses Canva! Oh my gosh, I can't believe he uses Canva. Base. Canva is based.
Defense in light of Emiru as we get into the facts here. So let's go with our opening statements. So Mizkif filed this defamation claim and other claims against OTK, Asmongold, Mythic, and Emiru. All evidence involves statements on Mizkif and Emiru's relationship. So it's all stuff that involves their relationship and how their relationship went down. Many comments and admissions were made by Mizkif himself, although some of the stuff and evidence has been submitted.
I watched him for 5 years. He's faking it. Are you an actual Mizkif fan in my chat right now? Oh my goodness. I did not know that I had, I don't know if you're a current or former Mizkif fan, but that's crazy.
Are Emiru's comments.
Good to know.
Her initial statement is part of the evidence. But both now procedurally, Asmongold and Emiru have filed motions to dismiss. And it's very important to get into what that exactly means. So a motion to dismiss, and you can see right here the filing that was just filed by Emiru. That is under the federal rules because Mizkif perhaps wisely got this in a federal court to avoid some procedural Texas law, which would make his claim even more difficult, almost impossible. You've got the federal rule 12b6 for failure to state a claim. This is a pre-trial motion, so it's before you get all witnesses called, it's before depositions, it's before a lot of the discovery of the actual case itself.
Basically, it's the thing that you want to try and do so that you can save a shit ton of money. Just tell the judge, hey, can you dismiss this? I think this is bullshit. It's bullshit. Can you please tell them to go away? That's basically what the failure to state a claim ruling would be.
And it only examines the legal sufficiency of the plaintiff Mizkif's claims. The one thing is, when you're looking at this and looking at a motion to dismiss, you do have to interpret all facts in favor of Mizkif. Now, of course, he has to specifically state those facts. Those have to be things that are backed up by evidence, by certain amount of evidence. And you also have to ignore legal conclusions or just statements of the elements. So if he's just going through there saying, well, these are the elements of the crime, and I think she did the elements of the crime, that's not enough. You've got to back that up by saying, okay, here are facts that support that, right? And then those facts can be interpreted in favor of Mizkif. And an important note here is Mizkif is trying to amend his complaint to add facts that the first version of his complaint didn't have. And both of them, Asmongold and Emiru, are trying to prevent that. Emiru goes into a little bit more detail with her comments on why that should be prevented.
Again, I think him amending his complaint is a bad thing, and it's like a fuck up on his end. Because if he just tries to amend his complaint right now, it will probably come back to bite him later.
At best, Miz was trying to force himself to cry and failing. At worst, he's fake crying like Kershay's psycho mom farming sympathy on the stand in family court. Problem for him, he's still a guy.
I mean, that's true. Thank you.
So
thank you.
It kind of goes like this. It's not a bad thing to amend your complaint.
Yeah.
Because whenever you file your complaint, you may not be privy to certain things at that time when you file it that might reinforce it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always kind of a good thing to be able to amend it, but it's a bad thing if you file a complaint that's just absolute bullshit and then you're able to get stuff later on, then file it.
Mm-hmm.
So it really kind of depends on how much changes, but it's either or. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing.
Fair. Sounds like Miz needs to go demon time again. I agree, he should go demon time again.
Mizkif needs to shut up. That's what he needs to do.
I mean, if he's smart, he'll shut up. I don't think he will, though. Personally.
But Mizkif did not do a good job of including a lot of facts in its initial complaint, which is why it was absolutely so laugh-worthy. But there may be an issue here, a very, very specific issue here with Emiru's motion to dismiss. So the issue is, in Texas, it's defamation per se to accuse someone of a crime or imputations of serious
I used to be an egger. Well, if you're no longer one, you are fine to hang out here. It's totally fair.
misconduct. And SA, right, you see it right there, is a felony which falls under both categories. So it's both a crime and an imputation of serious sexual misconduct. So both of those things are defamation per se. So if you have that information out there, you would interpret that, okay.
Excuse my client, Your Honor. As you can see, he did those things, but he was in demon mode. I just remember that Ethan Klein technically like coined demon mode, or like goblin time or whatever, and then like fucking it was stolen by Mizkif. It's hilarious.
That's defamatory. And of course, just for those that don't know, the crime of SA generally requires some sort of physical contact, right? So that's something that's going to be required. And as of yet, we do not have any injunction or criminal complaint against Mizkif that's been filed for SA. But which brings us to the
I will say it's probably because he decided to sue them. I think that if he didn't sue them and she was actually serious about it, she probably would have done something. Maybe. Emiru is kind of stupid, in my personal opinion, especially after seeing how these comments are potentially going to hurt her case. Maybe I'm just giving her too much credit. I don't know.
So we can gauge Emiru's state of mind of how she's acted and done things before in the past, and how. Because she folds like a flimsy house of cards. Because, you know, let's look at the whole, what was it? I can't remember if it was a moderator or a chatter. I got told it was a moderator of hers that I saw about her opinion on ICE. And she had this like really kind of base take and opinion right then and there of, you know, hey, you're retarded if you want some sort of internet celebrity to give you their opinion on politics right now. I'm just a streamer. I just, you know, she had pretty much kind of a nice base take. But only thing it took to bring that down was one shitter named Denims making a big stink about it. And then all of a sudden, Emiru switched around 180. So again, that's the reason why I say that what Emiru said about the whole Mizkif stuff was it was a performative showing.
No, I definitely agree that it was performative. I'm pretty sure
she brought up a bravado.
I was pretty sure it was performative from the moment I saw it, and some people got mad at me for that. I don't care though.
But afterwards, whenever the rubber meets the road, and hey, she's being sued now. Well, we've seen the filings, but you know it looks bad for Emiru. But once we get to the point, I'll chip in and put my opinion on what I kind of think, knowing about Travis, or kind of why I think Emiru might be okay.
Yeah. See, chat, in my personal opinion, it's kind of like this.
Now, this might strike some viewers as harsh, but I believe everyone involved in this story should die.
I just think that all of these people suck equally, okay? Norm Macdonald up in this house.
Yeah, I was going to say, you brought out the Norm Macdonald clip, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I wish I could have it feedback into my own audio. I'm going to figure that out if I get the new Stream Deck audio thing. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, let's continue.
The problem is, looking at Emiru's statements in the transcript, she used the language of SA at least 3 times during her main speech, which you can go through, and these are timestamps from the transcript, which was submitted to the court. We can read that today. Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me and some of these issues which are ongoing. That's number 1. Number 2, she opens up by saying, but because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into staying close with him and giving him more chances, sexually assaulting me, the abuse, and just generally not being a very...
Again, if you're a smart person, you would ask a lawyer to look over this for you, because alleging a crime like sexual assault, again, it's just like, I don't think a lot of people, especially in the US, understand the saying "you sexually assaulted me" is claiming somebody committed a crime against you. has very serious implications.
Here's the problem. There's two things that go into that whole deal. Mindset and what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, sexual assault can be as minor as accidentally touching somebody's breasts, boobs, or private parts.
Right.
Accidentally. That can be considered sexual assault right there and there. The second part is mindset. What was going on during that time? What would perceive her to think that?
Right.
And why she would say that. So again, they have a toxic relationship, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was an incident that happened where they were making out. Mizkif went further. She screamed, didn't like it, and he jumped off and disengaged. Now, technically, you would say in a pristine world that wouldn't be an assault because he stopped.
Mm-hmm.
However, in the legal realm, in the legal world, especially if you have corrupt fucking judges, prosecutors, and shit like that, doesn't matter. That can still be perceived as a sexual assault.
Unfortunately.
This is kind of why I think Emiru is still okay in her whole deal.
You think so?
Not right. Oh yeah, I don't think she has a problem.
Just because of the court system that she might land in?
That, and also, again, perceived and mentality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, might have been, those languages might have been used, but if she perceived it and thought that at the time, it's not wrong.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there's another nail in the coffin. Mizkif admitted to it.
He technically did, but he told it in a way that sounded more nice to him.
It doesn't matter. He still admitted to it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, there's a reason why I said the term accidentally.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Very nice person. And then last but not least, I'm so grateful for how things are now. It was very difficult, but I'm very proud of myself for making the choices that I did to end up where I am now. And yeah, that's my story of dealing with psychological and domestic abuse, sexual assault, stalking, and being threatened on if you know I ever talked about it. So there you go. You see the instances of her bringing that up. And this was definitely something that Emiru's lawyers knew that Mizkif was going to bring up because of that law, because of the defamation per se. And you do have this statement here. So this statement here seems to be the thing we have in the record that would go towards that. Oh my God, she's got
milkers. Thank you for the 5.
God bless legal mindset for reading the transcript verbatim. But I want to take a page from Kurt Cobain listening to it.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
I'm glad someone said it.
I was going to be like, listen, LM, I would just edit those out, even though you're trying to stay true to it. Thank you for the 5.
Why?
That's a good picture of LM right there.
Interpretation of that, which is the statement, we cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong or did something or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I had said sorry back then. So that was the incident, which perhaps she was interpreting that. It's the one we have from the record. Of course, this is Mizkif's own statement. Now, Emiru's defense here, and this is the position she filed in this recent filing, is that under Texas law, even a verifiably false statement is not defamation if the context reveals the statement was a reflection of an opinion, not a statement of fact. So they're trying to lean on the fact that saying, hey, this was more of an opinion than a statement of fact. Here within the context of the entire
I don't know.
Was that whole deal streamed?
It was streamed. Yeah, she live streamed it, then turned it into a video.
No. I'm talking about that whole interaction between the two of them.
Which interaction?
I mean, did she say she was okay with it, like how she was telling the story on her stream, or like because it almost sounded like, well, she was okay with it, and this whole deal was like they were fucking making out on stream or something.
It's my recollection that she was crying and upset, and he sat down and kind of just like held her, and then started kissing her, and she didn't do anything about it because she was like being an emotional woman. And then like he thought that meant it was okay to advance to the next base, and then as soon as he started doing it, she just like said no, basically. That's how I remember it.
So that was streamed.
No, the interaction between them was not streamed. That was a private interaction.
Okay, well, that's the way that sounds. It makes it sound the way Mizkif's lawyer wrote it. Makes it sound like that it was streamed.
Was it really?
That's what it makes it sound like. That's why I was asking the question, because she indicated on her stream that she was okay with it. So it's just the wording of it is like, is it talking about whenever she was talking about the whole thing, or like when it was actually happening?
I think it was a private interaction off camera.
Okay. Well, that's why I was asking that.
Yeah.
But even then, you can go, sorry, my memory wasn't that good at the time of what was happening.
Yeah, you're good.
Live stream, it is clear that Emiru was telling her own emotional truth, explaining how their relationship came to.
By the way, that sounds like left-wing activist bullshit. Her truth. Her truth. Oh, I hate it when people say it like that. I hate it so fucking much. I hate it. I'm sorry.
Look at the lawyer, look at the area.
You know what's really funny about that? Mizkif has been like trying to grift to the left recently, which is going to make that all the more funnier if he gets an activist judge in the courtroom. Oh, fuck.
End and the struggles Emiru endured during their relationship. The live stream was spontaneous, unedited, unscripted, and underscoring that Emiru was not delivering a rehearsed narrative, but instead was speaking openly and vulnerably in the moment.
He has? Yes, he literally said fuck ICE recently just to spite Emiru. And he's been talking about how horrible Techone has been for grifting to the right. So, he has technically been like trying to grift towards the left a little bit. Probably because he doesn't want to grift towards the right where all of his former buddies are.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's probably looking for allies, and there's not going to be any on the right.
No. No allies on the right, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's got allies on the left either. Just going to be honest with you.
Her truth as she experienced it. Like the daughter in Benson, a Texas case that they cite, Emiru's allegedly defamatory statements were either non-actionable elements of opinion or mere opinions masquerading as fact. And then they go on to point out, because they know this is coming, that Mizkif will focus on Emiru's use of the term SA, which I'm going to stop there and just say very clearly, if she had not used that term, we wouldn't even be here today. This wouldn't be an argument. There would be a full...
I agree, by the way. If she didn't use the term of SA, he probably still would have sued her for defamation, but it would have been it would be a lot easier for her to just like drop the claims of defamation without all that, in my personal opinion. Like, it would literally be Mizkif, you're just fucking stupid, and get thrown out of court, in my personal opinion. But because she included SA, she's gonna have to actually dance on that. Probably not Asmongold, but I have my own opinions on Asmongold that I'll talk about after this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you didn't. It's your stream. If anything, I interrupted you. But it's like, I seen comment is like, this goes to jury. The jury's gonna hang Mizkif, and it's like, I don't even think this would be a jury trial. So when it comes to civil case, because you gotta remember, this is not criminal, this is civil. You can have a jury, a civil case. It's not all that common though, for a civil case. Usually it's determined upon the facts and the judge rules on it.
Emiru had a stronger chance for abuse case than SA. I think that, like, again, if she wasn't getting sued right now and she didn't go to the police for a protection order, I'd be fucking pissed. I would be fucking pissed. Just gonna be honest with you.
Well, like I said, the area of Texas they're in, they would, they would look at sexual assault just by, hell, just talking inappropriately to someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lot of these people will look at that. So, again, you can try to put the law and the legal system and, defamation per se and shit like that in a bubble away from all that. You go, yeah, this is how the law works. But then you gotta remember the law is carried out by people.
This is true.
Which are swayed by different things.
This is very true.
So
yeah,
there are places where you can call somebody a sexual assaulter, and if you gaze that woman the wrong way, everyone will agree with that.
Very true.
Even the legal system. So again, I don't think Emiru is in any trouble here. I don't say that's right. I don't like that.
I agree.
It should be based on actual law, but I honestly don't think anything's gonna happen. I think it's probably gonna get dismissed.
See,
most likely.
Here's my question. What does Techone think about all of this? I really want to know what the guy who was really going ham on her defense thinks about this, because he just got allegedly fucked over by his former woman. And if I'm him looking at Mizkif, I hope he keeps his mouth shut and does not say anything, because if he says anything about Emiru coming to her defense with all of this shit, oh man, he is hypocrite of the fucking century, and I will never let him live that down.
Oh, he's gonna say base. He's probably gonna go, see, this is, women are emotional messes and probably just need to shut up online. She misspoke when she didn't mean to misspoke, and it's nothing serious. Mizkif's still a piece of shit and all this other. It's gonna be the same deal. Yeah, Shia Lily's a bitch.
I think he talked about it this morning. Did he really talk about it this morning? Oh my fuck.
I guarantee that's kind of the gist of what he said.
Oh.
And somebody can either correct me or say I'm right or whatever.
I need to know, like, specifically what he said, chat. I guess I'll talk about it right now. I'm really disappointed, my disappointment with Techone is for multiple reasons. But I feel like Asmongold shouldn't be talking about this because, like, he gives me... Well, he's involved, and he gives me the impression that he, like, knows more behind the scenes. But, like... It feels like another Rich Campbell situation. Are you guys familiar with the Rich Campbell situation?
Yeah.
Not.
Okay,
100%.
I'll give you a brief TLDR. Rich Campbell was a founder of OTK. Rich Campbell was accused of similar stuff that Mizkif is being litigated against right now. He was basically thrown out of OTK for that, and then a couple years later, he was welcomed back with open arms by Asmongold and Techone, despite the fact that when he was kicked out, Asmongold and Techone are like, we know the story. We know that the woman is in the right, and you guys are just horrible for this. And then when he comes back a couple years later, they're like, oh my gosh, we always knew he was innocent. And it's just like, I feel like that is literally happening again. And it's just like, I get it. It is very fine to hate on Mizkif. Mizkif fucking sucks, and there's a lot of reasons to hate him. But if Emiru is wrong here, and Asmongold tied himself to her again, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. So fucking pissed.
You know for a fact that's exactly what happened, because all these people, and this is why I say I hate big streamers and large streamers, kind of like, Techone, Mizkif, Asmongold, all of them, because it's all for show.
It is. Mm-hmm.
What gets the most clicks and views? Well, fucking drama. Especially interpersonal fucking connected drama like this.
I agree.
And if you say it's all in the moment stuff. You say the right things in the moment, fine. If it's wrong down the road, oh, well, I didn't have all the facts. It just gets hand-waved away all the time. You see it all the time. You see it with the shit with HoloLive. You see it with the shit with fucking Visojo. You see it with the shit with Cinder. Every fucking time. It is a rinse and repeat pattern all the fucking time. Why can't stand fucking large streamers at times? Because they cannot stick to the fucking truth of the facts or just shut the fuck up.
I'd give him benefit of the doubt. I would only give people benefit of the doubt if they're like gonna shut up about it. You know, if he continues to talk about it, that being Asmongold, I'm gonna be upset because like none of these people should be talking about it. He shouldn't even be saying, giving his support for anybody. He should just be like, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it right now because it's something that could be possibly litigated.
So, as a streamer, the best thing you can do is kind of do the stuff that what Kush does.
Yeah.
And even then, the stuff that Kush does at times is still talking a little too much about it.
What do you mean? Do you have an example?
Well, kind of like today with the whole Mythic stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like, just don't fucking talk about it. Oh, you have a chatter that brings it up or a super chat? Fucking wipe the super chat, don't bring it up. Or just, you know, just kind of make a comment. It's like, I see a comment, not gonna comment about it. Just don't fucking bring it up.
Yeah, because like then you got people like me that are gonna spend an hour analyzing what you're actually supposed to be saying there.
Exactly.
And you know, that's fine for me. I enjoy like looking into this shit. It's fun. But I imagine that all it does is like it makes things harder for you, you know.
Yeah. Which, you know, like the whole deal with the, I know you talked about it earlier, but it's like Gremlin or whatever that VTuber's name was. Grimmi. It's like a very vague statement. And you can look at that in a bubble and go, this is nothing, this is its own thing. Or you can look at it towards the situation. And you can put it towards different things. Could it be over this whole, could it be over Techone stuff? Could it be over the Mizkif stuff? Could it be, you know, Emiru, Asmongold stuff? Could it be over the stuff that Casey Tron said? Nobody knows. But the thing is, there is a lot of shit going on with that company and all its subsidiary companies, including OTK, Night Media, and a couple other things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sus as fuck.
No, yeah. And that's why when she mentioned 50-50 on legal stuff, I'm like, what is going on inside this fucking company? And why is she bringing up legal repercussions?
It is a talent agency that is not a talent agency. Meaning, all the stuff that would make it a talent agency is separated out into individual entities surrounding Mythic.
Yeah.
That's why I say 100% it's a fucking talent agency. But on paper and legally, it's not.
I am just an outside observer who sometimes gets little whispers, and I'm very interested to see what's going on with it. Grimmi went into more detail on stream. It seems sponsor money may have been stolen without her knowledge, and she asked and had a response of it must be a typo. Hopefully the VOD isn't deleted. Really? I thought she said she wouldn't talk about it! If true, though,
she wasn't going to talk about it, but she was going to talk about it. But she isn't going to talk about it because there's nothing to talk about.
Depends on how much the audience wants and how much she can milk them for.
Listen,
how much
she's just speaking the truth.
Listen, if that's true, she would be the second person I've heard make that allegation against Mythic.
If somebody could they find that VOD or save it?
I would like that VOD with a
something like
timestamp,
that.
please. If she is, if that's
Please
what
and
the
thank
claim
you.
is, she is the second person I've heard of mention that. I'm curious now. Anyway, let's continue
That could be
listening
the reason
to
why
this.
it's in the left.
Full strong case for that motion to dismiss, but using that terminology is really what got her in that position. So without a doubt, without use of those words, there would be no position for Mizkif to hang his hat on here based on his own statements of his behavior. Let's continue. and argue that Emiru's statements are necessarily defamatory because they include the same term. However, in comparison to Benson, once again, a Texas case they're relying on. Emiru described in detail the exact nature of his assault against her. Bizarrely, this one sentence that Mizkif actually quotes in the first amended complaint he started kissing me in my face and I let him do it, and then suddenly he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants, and I screamed, and when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat. Taking the whole context of the statement into account, as the court is required to do, it's very different than the stepfather and Benson. Emiru describes exactly what happened to her, and although she defines it as SA, a reasonable viewer would unquestionably understand that that term is her own description of what happened to her. The viewer is not left to guess as to the nature of assault based solely on the term SA, which focuses on the fact that daughter did not actually describe the alleged assault. Just like in Benson, Emiru's statements are not actionable as defamation because they show her personal viewpoint, i.e. her own emotional truth, and not purported fact. So
it is my personal viewpoint that I was abused as a child and I was neglected, and those are definitely things that you can allege about somebody criminally, but because it's my viewpoint, it's not actually me accusing them of a crime. Am I crazy for... That's how I interpret this. I'm sorry. I think that's dumb.
It's a dangerous way to go about it because it's... Even though they're trying to claim it's in a viewpoint or an opinion, you're still accusing someone of SA. That's a serious accusation.
It is an accusation, yes. An accusation of a crime, which, again, would not have happened if she fucking hired a lawyer. Also... I'm sorry, Chad. I have a hard time taking this seriously when Mudang is just sitting there in the background.
Of a tiger
Mudang! Mudang! Oh, fuck.
So that's their position as to that specific thing. And that is a very, very precarious position at the point of a motion to dismiss, where you're getting into, hey, does this meet the legal standard? And when you're taking those presumptions, once again, the presumptions in favor of Mizkif in terms of the factual allegations. Understand.
I can hear Chibi now. Funny enough, that's the only clip from Chibi, Chibi VTuber that I actually like. Because I think she's way too annoying for me. That's the only one of her I really like, is where she just talks about Mudang. Good one.
Though, that Mizkif did a poor job in his complaint of including details and spotting out things, and that's what he's probably trying to clean up, him and his lawyer trying to clean up and add to make sure that they perhaps survive a motion to dismiss. But this is their defense. So what do we look at? Well,
I don't like the logic, but doesn't he also need to prove she said it maliciously? I would say so, yeah.
Per se,
huh?
No. If it's defamation per se, technically, no. Now, there's a lot of context that goes behind that again. It's like, if what she thinks is sexual assault, and she describes the incident, and Mizkif does not deny the incident, it's not really per se then.
Mm-hmm.
If she just comes out and says, so the difference is, she just comes out and says, Mizkif is a sexual assaulter, and there's no underlying reason for it, nothing like that at all for it, defamation per se.
Mm-hmm.
If there is a chain of events that leads up to that, and there's a reason why for that statement, then it goes from per se to, yeah, he has to prove it.
Right. Right.
And he kind of already fucked himself on that one.
In defamation in general, we're going to look at this how a reasonable person would look at this. So overall in the context, right, the fact finder, right, the jury at a certain point, right, earlier on, we can look for summary judgment and motion to dismiss. These are going to be the judge is going to be making the decisions, but you're going to be looking from a reasonable person's standard. And Emiru's problem, or fundamental problem, is that she repeated those words and also used them in the context of other crimes. And that would leave an implication that it was the criminal definition, right? And even if it wasn't, once again, we go back to Texas law. There's the imputation of serious sexual misconduct, which can also be defamation per se. However, here's the problem for Mizkif, and this is not just a clear thing where Mizkif is at the complete advantage. They're public figures, and the burden is on Mizkif to prove that Emiru did this with malice. So that is a higher standard. So essentially, Mizkif needs to prove that Emiru knew that this didn't fit the definition of SA and said it anyway. Said, I know he didn't do this. I knew what that was. I said it maliciously. And he's got to prove that by clear and convincing evidence, which is a higher bar at the civil.
So the question
There's no
is
way he can.
whether or not. Yeah.
There's no way he can prove it. Because the simple fact of, yeah, no, these things happen. It didn't happen like that. Whenever she yelped, I jumped off. So the things that led up to that point did happen.
Right.
Yeah. And then shortly afterwards, they broke up.
Well, actually, according to Mizkif, they still, like, were back and forth for a couple. We'll get to this, but, like, Mizkif was, like, claiming that they were back and forth for a little bit afterwards. I've got a clip for that after this.
Yeah, well, that's what Mizkif claims.
Anyway.
He needs to kind of have proof to back that up with, too.
This is true. We got 3 more minutes here.
Level. Usually it's preponderance of the evidence, which is a lower standard. It's got to meet a clear and convincing standard. That's very difficult for anybody to hit as a public figure, and going up to hit that clear and convincing standard. So Mizkif doesn't have an easy ride here. Now, Asmongold. Let's talk about Asmongold real quick. Does any of this change what Asmongold has or his motion to dismiss? No, it does not alter that at all, because Asmongold never used that term in any of his statements. So he doesn't have that same risk of defamation per se. Unlike Emiru, most of his content was a reaction, and mostly he was just going straight up on what Mizkif was saying. Now, Emiru was telling her original story. That was kind of the original telling of the story. So there's nothing to react to at the beginning of the story, obviously. So Asmon was in a different position and could be more careful. But I wouldn't change any expected outcome for
lost cause.
Thank you for the 5.
Yeah, even if it wasn't happening in Me Too Hell that is Travis County, Mizkif's still screwed here because of burden of proof.
It's very well possible. It's very well possible. I still think that he probably will lose. She's just made it harder for herself because of the inclusion of what's been put in here. So
here's the thing, and here's how I look at it. What did Mizkif claim Emiru did to him?
Defamation, I believe.
Whenever she threw the plushie at him?
Oh, that it was a mutual... That it was mutual that both of them were abusing each other.
Yeah, it was assault.
Which is another crime.
Yeah. So, if throwing a plushie at him is assault, then touching her improperly when she didn't want to be touched is also sexual assault.
Right.
This is the problem that these people back and forth play with each other.
Right.
On, throwing these accusations out. Because you can, if the lawyer really wanted to, they could probably put that in there into, their mindset. It's like, well, if this isn't sexual assault,
the
then,
legal mindset.
Yeah, then this is not assault, anything like that. That's the problem. Because these people use words in terms of not knowing fully 100% what they mean. So.
Sparky's got a valid point. No, I agree. I agree with him. So, that was very fair. It's very, very fair.
for Asmongold based on Emiru's defense. So let's go to the judgment. So in my judgment, Asmongold can still likely gain a dismissal. I think he has very good grounds for that, and nothing about Emiru's defense changes his chances from being good with a dismissal. However, Emiru is in a difficult position, a much more difficult position than Asmongold comparatively, because she repeatedly used that word. And the emotional truth argument, right? And mind you, this is not trial yet. This is not even summary judgment, which is a later stage. It's not the strongest argument for a motion to dismiss. So I could
Definitely
see
not a
Emiru
good argument,
losing
I'm gonna
a
be
motion
honest.
to dismiss and then proceeding with the trial. And in the clip we watched in the beginning of this video, you saw how Emiru appears prepared for trial, prepared to go to discovery, prepared to have things gone out, because she seems to think and seems to preposition that there's more evidence that's going to make Mizkif look bad that hasn't even come out yet. So,
you know, what really sucks is both sides have been doing that. Mizkif has been doing that, and she kind of did that too. The difference is that Mizkif has been like flailing violently with whatever the fuck he wants to, and it doesn't really help him out that much.
Here's where you got, judge too, is that, so how many times has Emiru came out and said that Mizkif is a sexual assaulter or he's done these things?
Once.
I mean, how many times? She's done it one time. She's not continuously barraged on stream. She's not said it constantly on Twitter. She's made one statement, which was a live stream, and was done with it. Mizkif has made a ass of film every fucking stream.
Probably. I mean, I'm not watching him today since he's giving away Switches, but like, I imagine he has made an ass out of himself multiple times. So
And this is why you shut up when you're in a legal process.
very true. But you can't make content out of it if you don't, because like, gotta wait a little bit before Techone gets in trouble. So you gotta make content for yourself before that goes forward. So.
You know what? Per camera and gesso. There we go. Content.
Technically, she did it 3 times. Well, yes, but it was in one stream, is what I meant.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about
how many streams he has been done.
Yeah. How many times has she brought this issue up? Separate occasions, not the one stream. Separate occasions.
Yeah. Man, it's wild to think that like the last time we talked about this lawsuit, I still lived in another state. Like, that's how long ago it feels like it's been, because it's almost been 6 months since I moved. Mizkif shutting his mouth, that's a combination that never happens. Very true. Very, very true. All right, let's continue.
that would be coming out as part of the discovery process and as part of a potential trial.
And by the way, chat, I am all for the discovery process. If she loses her failure to state a claim, that's not like an automatic loss. That just means that they have to continue onwards, and we're going to get to discovery. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The closer we get to discovery, I'm curious to see who's going to become more afraid of the other. Because maybe it'll be Mizkif, who knows? Or maybe he's so delusional. You know, there is literally just people in the world that are so fucking broken that they don't recognize that they're just like gonna hurt themselves legally. And maybe that's the way it is for him. Who knows? But like, I'm very interested to see in discovery who's more evil than the other. You know? Oh goodness, I want it. Huh?
Close tie.
You think it could be a tie?
Oh, these fucking people are evil.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I don't think we'll get it with Asmongold, but at the very least, we'll get it with Emiru and anybody else. But that could take a long time before we get to discovery, sadly. And maybe by that time, fucking Mizkif will lose all his money.
Emiru hasn't gone full Techone and isn't running her mouth. Mizkif has gone far beyond Eggman, who at least stopped streaming during his case, but failed to get off Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Techone and Mizkif are pretty on the same level. the difference is that like Techone threatened a lawsuit. Mizkif actually went through with a lawsuit.
So
he's the actual aggressor.
The thing is Mizkif did the smart thing of filing a lawsuit immediately afterwards and not fighting at first. That's what Mizkif got a one-up on Techone, because that gave him the ability to now open up and talk about it and launch a volley at Emiru.
And she can't really do anything about it until the lawsuit's over.
Yeah, well, she can still file protective order, but there has to be some sort of adjust to it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't think Mizkif was dumb enough to go, I'm going to ruin Emiru. I'm not do the shit that Techone did to his Pinky Chew.
Yeah.
So, and I'll correct that statement right there. Emiru has gone, Mizkif has gone far beyond A-Man, who at least stopped streaming during his case. You gotta remember, A-Man, Techone, did not do that willingly. He did that because he had a protective order out on. That is the only reason why he stopped.
I mean, didn't he admit on stream that he got in trouble for opening his mouth too much on stream?
Yes.
So it was very clear that he only stopped streaming because he got most likely told by his lawyers to shut the F up.
Yeah, he got told by the courts to shut the fuck up. Not his lawyers.
Yeah.
Because that was before he had counsel. Because it's very clear on the dates whenever they came out. Because he stated that before his lawyers filed a response to it.
Yeah.
He also wasn't good at keeping his stories straight either.
Who, Mizkif? Yeah. No, not really.
I was meaning Techone, but both of them, yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just Tectone's fake schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Techone would never lie.
No, Techone never lies about anything ever.
I don't believe his claim about getting stabbed in the eye, so...
Speaking of which, chat, we're going to watch the rest of Idiot Influencers after this. We might not get to Candace tonight. I keep pushing her back. I'm sorry.
Candace is not interesting. It's whatever.
Yeah, but I want to laugh at her. I just might not get to her tonight.
I'm interested in this because I want to see how this impacts Asmongold more than anything.
I don't think it will in the way that some people might think it will. I just think that he's going to be seen as more of a hypocrite because he took the side of Emiru when he probably should have just stayed out of it.
Well, that's where my curiosity is, public opinion more than the actual court case itself.
No, because this has happened to Asmongold multiple times. So, he says one thing, it comes out that wasn't true, or it was a lie. And then he gives some hogwash statement of, I didn't know all the facts, and, I knew deep down, and I had to say certain things carefully, because he's bullshitted his way out of shit like this multiple dozens of times.
How many times can he get away with it?
That is true.
As long as there are retards online that will not think past the end of their fucking nose every fucking goddamn time.
Yeah.
The reactionary community. Sorry, I'd let that slip out.
You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. All right, let's finish this.
Even. Now, Mizkif still has that super high bar as a public figure to show malice, but at this point, if you're weighing all the factors, let's say that Emiru was to lose a motion to dismiss, right, and she was not to be granted that motion to dismiss, well, then obviously Emiru and Mizkif have a better chance of settling, right? That would be a point at which, if they both desired to, they could settle, and
that is the other thing that I don't want to have happen, just because I want to get to Discovery, is them settling, and that could very well happen before anything else. I don't want them to settle. Please go to Discovery first. Go to Discovery and then settle. I want to see the dirty laundry.
That would be more successful than Asmongold, who's likely to get out of this on a motion to dismiss. But once again, this case is not set anywhere. This also is set in Texas, which has that pretty high procedural, pretty high bars when it comes to defamation cases. And also the county might not be friendly to Mizkif. So there's a lot of things that are going on right now that still stand against Mizkif. But this might be a chink in this one step by Emiru. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
All right, that's the that is the update with the Mizkif lawsuit, chat. Here, let me jump over here a little bit. So, following this, there's a couple clips that came out. Mizkif showed a picture or screenshot, excuse me, of him and Emiru allegedly still being together after the claim of SA was thrown out, and he tries to claim that he's the one that broke up with her, not the other way around. So let's listen to this, chat, and you can tell me whether or not you believe that.
After the sexual assault that Emiru claims that happened, we dated afterwards for a few months, and we had sex every single day.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's a cap.
I don't believe that you had sex every single day.
He sounds like Techone when he's talking about like, oh, I masturbated 27 times in a day. It's like, okay, Graham, sit down.
Yeah.
And then I broke up with her. Yeah. I feel like people don't know that fact. I'm the one that broke up with her, one, and two, we dated afterwards. Like, that interaction was us getting back together, which we did. Why didn't you say that until now? I have, brother. No one listens to me. Yes, I've said this already.
I don't recall this. I would like to see the clip where he has said this before. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Well, if that's the case, why are you having to ask her, do you want to sleep together? That should just be implied then.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've definitely said that this was not the last time we met, and we literally were dating afterwards.
I don't feel like that's
You
true.
didn't. Yes, I did. I have 100% said.
You're gonna
that
have to pull up the
after
clip,
this incident,
man.
me and Emmy dated for months afterwards. I did. The way we ended it was I slept over her house one time, and then she wrote down everything on a piece of paper stating what she wanted in the relationship. And she said she wants to marry me, move closer, and be together with me, and start telling all my friends about us. And I told her that I don't want to do that, and I'm done with the relationship. And I gave her back the piece of paper, and the last thing she ever said to me was, "Don't go," as I shut the door. That's it. Emiru is claiming that this incident happened on October or November. And I don't think people knew or understand that after this sexual assault that she claims that people are now realizing wasn't sexual assault, we got back together right after that. And we dated for months.
Is this just playing over
again? And we dated
Okay,
up
good.
until I broke up with her, which was in late January.
Okay, chat. I understand you want to make fun of Mizkif. Glow just a little bit, please.
2024. And people want proof that we dated. This is December 30th, 2024. I'm going to bed. Okay, I'm just getting ready. Do you want to sleep together? Yeah, by the way, do you have the save with DCs? Because Cheddar, he is a hero. I have no idea what that means. But it's us.
What do you mean you don't know what that means? You wrote it, you motherfucker!
Jester/octopus mommy MILF avatar.
He did actually claim that he broke up with her during the initial blow-up. Miz is correct about the whole writing everything down shtick.
I remember that.
I call BS on his timeline though.
I call BS on his timeline too. I'm confused. How do you not know what you wrote down there, man? You are literally...
She wrote it down.
No. This right here. This is Mizkif. This is him right here. And he's saying he doesn't understand. Okay.
He's saying he doesn't understand what the word cheddar and he's a hero kind of shit means.
How do you not know what you... Okay. I'm sure that I've done that before, Chad. I'm
literally saying that we're sleeping together. Yes, we broke up We broke up January 2025, and in October or November of 2024 is when this incident happened. This is her literally asking if we want to sleep together in 2024.
Okay, thank you, Mizkif. I appreciate that. So he's claiming that the timeline is that they broke up way later after this sexual assault happened. Cool. Now, I wanted to bring this up because it is him reacting to Legal Mindset's opinions. And so we're not going to listen to what Legal Mindset said because this is from his live stream. I want to get to specifically what Mizkif says here because I thought it was kind of funny. By the way, thank you for the 10, Internet Said Master. Okay, just listen to him.
This guy fucking hates my guts and is even saying that she's wrong.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, it's not just defamation in the way where it's like she lied. She told 60,000 people live. Millions of people around the internet saw it. She was telling people things about me for an entire year before this all came out. And this Legal Mindset guy who fucking hates my guts is even saying what Emiru did was wrong. How can anyone be around this girl at this point?
Because Legal Mindset is on the side of the law, not her side. You can do that.
Well, and that's not exactly what he said either.
No. If he doesn't know, does that mean he didn't write it? No, it could just mean that he is retarded, which is what I tend to think it is. I'm going to be honest with you.
After this. And this isn't even talking about the stalking thing that she claims. She claims I stalked her. There's been no proof or anything on stalking. She just fucking said that and everyone went with it. There's been nothing. And she said she's getting a restraining order. There's still no restraining order after almost 5 months.
Because you're suing her, you idiot! You are suing her! That would look really bad on her if she did that while you were suing her. There's a reason why. You fucking retard.
If she sued him, then she could get a restraining order and be just fine. It's kind of hard to do it whenever you're suing her. It'd be done. But
yeah.
I appreciate Legal Mindset saying this. I do. I'm not gonna. I appreciate him saying this, and I appreciate this is what he said.
That is weird to hear him say, but that is awesome.
yeah, well, it's not because anyone fucking likes you. Because everyone thinks you're gutter trash, Mizkif.
I'm gonna send this to Andrew and tell Andrew that he needs to save that as a clip.
He probably already knows it.
Yeah.
But it's like this. It's like there are right and wrong things to do. And yeah, there's a lot of issues with Emiru's claim. There's a lot of issues with your claims.
I agree.
You both are shit people.
Interesting. Interesting. Sorry. Let's continue here. We're gonna watch this last clip here, and fuck. I might need to be done. I just broke a tooth.
Oof. Instead of going, it's like, what happened?
I'm not in pain, but like, wow. Yeah, I might,
Dentist time.
Yeah, let's watch this clip and then I think I'm gonna be done, chat. All right. Let's this last clip says Mizkif says even if Emiru retracts the lie she made, he'll still sue her into the ground and make sure she ends up in jail. Because of what she did and destroyed his entire life and everything he worked hard to build over the years.
Would you drop it publicly if she apologized and took it back? Absolutely not. This is not a public take it back thing at this point. This is, you destroyed everything I ever had. No. Absolutely not. This is not a tweet, hey, just want to update you and let you know that that didn't happen. And then, no, it legitimately should be jail time. It should be fucking, what she did, using women and using the woman card and using what she did should be jail time. And I don't know how anyone else could see otherwise. It should be jail time. I know I'm not the most liked figure. It's partially why she did it. She did it because she knows that I'm not liked. And I know that I'm not liked for a whole different reasons and whole ball games of crap. But nothing compares to stuff like this. Nothing. No tree climbing, no anything else compares to something like this. It just does not. You cannot like me because I chewed on autistic toys or I climbed a tree. Or you just saw a random clip of me, but nothing compares to being called a fucking rapist. Nothing compares to being called an abuser. Nothing compares to those things.
I think she called you a rapist.
Yeah.
And good job on giving ammo for that potential restraining order afterwards. Doing exactly what Techone did.
Indeed. Sorry, I'm just like kind of
Still
freaking out
in
now.
shock?
Yeah, I'm in a little bit of shock, yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna call the dentist.
Bleeding, is it?
No. No, this is a tooth that was worked on previously, and it needs to get something permanent on it. I just have been waiting, and I'm wondering if what came off is the temporary stuff. Maybe
It's probably temporary filling.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'd still get it checked though, because if you broke the tooth, it should hurt.
It's not hurting.
Not necessarily, but
Not necessarily, but I feel like statistically it should probably hurt. I've had a tooth break before and it hurts because there should be nerves throughout it.
I've had several teeth break. It depends on. Like I've had teeth break that have been like severely like filled, but it's like they've been filled.
I'd still get it checked, Occo.
Oh yeah, no, get it checked.
Yeah, you think I'm thinking about going tomorrow.
As soon as possible, yeah.
Yeah. I'd call your dentist up going, hey, yeah, the tooth that was previously worked on, don't know if a filling came out, don't know if, tooth itself, this happened, they'll ask you if you're in pain. I mean, if anything, if you're not feeling it right now, you should be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get something temporary put in. I'm sorry, chat. I was planning to go for like another hour or two, but like now I'm just like... I can't really eat until I get this fixed, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah, chat, I'm gonna... Sorry to end it off as short as I did. We'll look at the Rob's Media stuff tomorrow, I think. For now, let's see who is live. Armchair is live. I'll send you guys to Armchair.
Yeah.
Again, I apologize for ending so quickly. I'm, like, legitimately, like, my heart, like, skipped a beat when I felt that. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
No, chat. Lambaster. No, make her know how disappointed you are. Nah, I'm joking.
Again, this was a tooth that needed to get a permanent crown on it, and I've just not been able to do that, so maybe tomorrow if, like... I'm just going to tell them if they can put something temporary on there, because I just had to spend $800 to fix something else, completely unrelated.
If they can't get you anything like that, you can always get this stuff called dental temp, dent temp at Walmart's, and it's basically kind of like a Play-Doh putty that kind of has a lidocaine mixture up in it, and it'll harden up. Not like hard, but it'll harden up where you can patch that area up.
Yeah.
That will walk. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna double check my call out procedures for work, and I think I'm gonna go to see if I can get to the dentist tomorrow and just say, hey, can you please do something temporary for me? Get the crown. Chat, listen, I would like to get a crown on this tooth. I really don't want to. I don't think that like that. Yeah.
Crowns suck at times.
I'm just gonna see if I can get something temporary for now.
I was gonna say,
Anyway.
having dentists open on weekends?
That's a good question, actually, now that I think about it. Hold on. If there isn't one tomorrow, I'll have to go on Monday.
No, I just keep an eye on it and I get that dental temp stuff and just patch that hole up. I mean, if you're not in agonizing pain, you should be fine.
Fuck, a lot of them don't open until Monday. Well, there's one that opens tomorrow, it looks like. Emergency place.
And you were just talking about going to a dentist and getting a lot of dental work done, like not too long ago.
I hope this is the temporary stuff and not like a part of the tooth. Because again, like I said, they had to drill a lot of this tooth out because of the problems with it.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Thank you, Dark Knight, for the 5 memberships. I appreciate it. Oh, fuck. So breathing in my mouth does hurt.
Exposed nose.
Yeah.
Don't take a sip of cold water.
All right, chat.
That will help. I was gonna say
this is gonna suck because I sleep with my mouth open.
Walmart's is probably closing your area now, isn't it?
It has closed.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, chat. I'm just gonna end stream now. I don't want to drag this out anymore. Yeah, join the join the Discord. Come chill. Thank you for the 2 super chats are free. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You don't have to. Trust me. My teeth are really just like, I mean, like, I try to take care of them. There isn't much you can do when your teeth are literally falling apart. But I'll get it taken care of. Yeah. Thank you, chat, for being here tonight. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna send you guys off. If you're on Kick, I'm gonna send you a leaflet. You guys have a good night. All right. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, give it a moment.